Hey guys, Michelle here with Thoughts and Crafts. We're going to do something a little bit different today. And as you can see, we have a new background. And it is so damn sparkly and I'm all about it. So today's video is going to be more of a casual vlog as I kind of show the progress of my upcoming Dragon Con costume. My idea is a Poison Ivy mixed with Moulin Rouge. Two of my favorite things, and it just kind of came to one day and I was like, I gotta do this. So just sit back, relax, and join me for the progress of my costume. The countdown to Dragon Con begins now. So here you can see I am dyeing a corset, panties, the laces of the corset, and a bra that I got on Amazon to a deeper shade of green, as you can see here. I'm using synthetic RIT dye in the shades Peacock Green and Graphite. I will link everything that I got down below in the description, so in case you guys are curious, you can get it for yourself. Be very careful when using this. It's very, very hot. Always wear gloves and cover your countertops. You don't want to stain them. So here we go, looking at the finished products of the corset, a second corset I bought just in case to test the dye, the panties. Here is the bra, and there are the laces of the two different corsets, one I didn't like as much, and a towel that I washed and dried it with. Don't forget to bring one. Just like Tally says, it helps soak up the liquid. So, here we have my complete project so far. This is a work in progress. Everything is sitting on my mannequin just so I can see how it looks. It has more of a vintage green feel versus the bright green that you see in a lot of the comics, and that's kind of what I was going for. Looking at the back of the corset, this corset was actually about a size too big for me. I went and tightened it by sewing the section between the two boning together. So here I am at my workstation. I am currently glitter gluing the boning of some of the corset just to get a little bit of a sparkle effect, and I also have added gemstones to the outside of the boning where the clasps are. I'm using the gem tack that came with a red set of rhinestones that I bought. I'm trying to position the camera so you can see it a little bit better, but this one is pretty good. I haven't used any other gem glues yet, but basically I'm just spacing out bright green gems and dark green gems. I'm using my little bitty pliers to place them because I have big hands and I cannot be very accurate with them. As you can see, my little green gems are very, very small. So let me give you a little bit of a close-up here. As you can see, now that you're looking at it close, you can see the difference in the gems, whereas far away you kind of just see a sparkle but not the actual gems. Very important to note, put them on the outside where the clasps are, not the inside where it'll buckle, because then it won't close. So here we are looking at the full corset again. I have started putting more rhinestones on other pieces of boning. I'm just following that same pattern I did before. So skipping ahead a little bit, I am placing some temporary leaves. So I'm going to cover this with leaves in some sort of pattern. I'm not sure yet. This is what I'm doing, is I'm placing a leaf with a pin just to kind of map something out before I decide to glue it down. It's kind of the measure twice, cut once approach. You don't want to glue it down and realize you don't like it there. So I'm just kind of popping in a quick pin and seeing how it all looks together. So moving back over to my bra with that same craft glue I was using earlier, I'm adding some rhinestones to the underwire part. Sometimes the gem glue will get stuck. As you can see here, I'm just poking it with a pin to clear it out. So I'm going to place a little glue and add on the rhinestones. I'm doing a different pattern than I did on the corset just because it makes more sense on the bra to do two small ones and one big one, because I'm going to have to go through a lot of rhinestones and I have a lot more light green ones than I have of the dark green ones. Some of this is going to get covered with leaves, but that's not a big deal because there's going to be a lot of leaves on this thing by the end of this video, I bet, or at least this series. Please be sure to clean up any glue that may kind of squirt out. It's not a huge deal. It dries pretty clear, but it'll save you a hassle later just in case it gets everywhere and doesn't dry as transparent as you're hoping for. But just kind of have some patience and go down the line if this is the kind of thing you're gonna do. These little gem holders, really handy. So taking a break from that, I decided to use my little hot glue gun, and I'm going to put kind of a center leaf on this bra as sort of the focal point. Please ignore my makeupless face. That is why I am off camera for this video. So just kind of get it on there as best you can. If you feel like it's still loose, just pop in the hot glue. If you've watched our previous video, you will know that hot glue dries pretty fast and you won't have to wait a lot of time for it to cure, which is kind of why I used this over Mod Podge. I wanted to make sure I liked it immediately before I proceeded with the rest of my leaves, and I'm not very comfortable with Mod Podge yet. So as you can see, I'm sort of trying to figure out where I want to place everything. So jumping ahead, I have added 2 more leaves onto my bra, up at the top pieces where it can kind of cover those little plastic hoops, and I've bedazzled all 3 of those leaves just to add a little bit of sparkle. Again, this is a Moulin Rouge inspired costume. I want it to be kind of out there, and I really want it to catch the light where I want it. So here we are working on the bra when it comes to the leaves. I'm going to be jumping around a little bit, but I'm doing that same technique I did on the corset, and I am putting the leaf, sticking a pin through it, and mapping out how I want it to sit. Because I don't really have an exact drawing for this, I'm winging it. But I did decide that I want to add even more sparkle. So what I did was I dipped, as I'm going to call it, these leaves in glitter, and I'm going to sporadically be placing them throughout the corset and the bra. So here I am doing that glitter application. So I just grabbed a receipt, grabbed a little Mod Podge on a small art brush, and brushed it along the tips. That way I'm only getting the tip. I didn't want to do the entire leaf just for easier application. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of the excess, and over to my side, I just have a pile of glitter. Just green and silverish glitter I just mixed together. And what I am going to do is drag it across just to get a little bit of that glitter on there. You can see the ones that I've already done sitting on the side looking all sparkly. And it was literally that simple. I didn't plan on doing this initially, but it just kind of happened and I rolled with it. See, you can see the ones that I've done so far. This was also on Instagram just as kind of a little teaser, but I haven't placed any yet. That will be in my next video. Hey guys, so I really hoped you enjoyed this more casual video. This is just part 1 in the series. So stay tuned for part 2 in this series where we can see the progress of this costume and continue our countdown to DragonCon. And as you can see, here's the progress we've made so far. And I can't wait to see how the rest of it turns out. So as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that little notification bell so you can see the next video as it comes out. Bye guys.